Well, let's get more now on our top story this morning. A BBC Panorama investigation has revealed that British soldiers shot unarmed civilians during the Troubles in Northern Ireland in the 1970s. Speaking publicly for the first time, members of the Military Reaction Force say they believe their unit saved many lives. Well, the Ministry of Defence says admissions by the soldiers that they sometimes operated beyond the law will be referred to the police. With me now is John Ware, who carried out that investigation for tonight's Panorama. John, good morning to you. So what exactly have you found out?
Well, this unit had a pretty short existence before it was closed down. It was staffed by about 40 men drawn from a variety of units, including special forces. It was actually the prototype of better trained units which penetrated and disrupted the IRA, and one could say that they made a significant contribution to the IRA's decision to call off its armed struggle. This particular unit, though, had a controversial short life. Its principal function was to carry out surveillance in West Belfast, plainclothes, unmarked cars. The soldiers adopted a variety of disguises, ranging from press photographers to city council dustmen, dockers, even as a meth addict. And they also explained, however, that they had another role as well, which was much more controversial.
What was the mission, as you understood it?
To draw out the IRA and to minimise their activities.
Minimise their activities?
Yes.
In what way?
Well, if they needed shooting, they'd be shot.
We were not there to act like an army unit. We were there to act like a terror group.
We should make the point that they're wearing prosthetics in this interview. They're very heavily disguised at their request.
Yep, that's true.
Now, what happened to the unit?
Well, it was disbanded. After 14 months, Ministry of Defence conducted a review and which found that there had been, quote, no provision for detailed command and control, and it was wound down over the next few months.
And in terms of the future of the unit, you say it was wound down. Who made that decision? And was there a specific incident that led to that?
No, there were a succession of incidents. Actually, the National Archives have a glorious phrase for it, a series of, quotes, nonsenses, which the head of the army, General Michael Carver, thought better trained units would put an end to. But it did have a very controversial life. The soldiers we spoke to did acknowledge that they shot unarmed civilians occasionally. Now, as far as they were concerned, they were active IRA players. But frankly, the evidence that we've looked at suggests that not only were they not armed, but they weren't even in the IRA. It's very difficult to put a figure on the number of shootings. I mean, we have identified a number of incidents where people were wounded and occasionally shot dead. But it's not possible, really, to put a total figure on this. Mainly because the MRF's operational records have been destroyed. There were, of course, in 1972, a vast number of shootings. I mean, something like 10,600 that year. It was the most violent year of the conflict. And the soldiers themselves have deliberately avoided incriminating themselves or their comrades.
So what does the MOD say about this, John?
Well, they've told us they're going to refer the allegations that unarmed civilians were shot to the police in Northern Ireland. But, of course, the Northern Ireland Attorney General yesterday suggested there should be an end. You should draw a line under these events. No more prosecutions, no more inquiries. Now, that would require an act of Parliament, and it didn't get a very good reception here, and from the Prime Minister down, actually. So, but, I mean, if Parliament did decide that that was it, then the organisation at the moment set up to deal with the past, which is called the Historical Inquiries Team. That, looking at the sort of events that we're referring to tonight, that would be closed down. That would be it.
John, it's good of you to join us. Thank you very much, John Ware. And you can see the Panorama programme, Britain's Secret Terror Force. It's on BBC One tonight at 9 o'clock. Panorama, 9 o'clock tonight on BBC One.